Shalom, shalom. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Give me a one if you can see and hear me, okay, y'all? Happy Tuesday to everybody. We're gonna wait till everybody get up in here. We got our girl, Miss Lisa. No, this is Mr. Herbert Hewitt and Lisa Key featuring Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson's in the background. This is a perfect example of a song that when you get somebody to jump on it, but the person who jumped on it is more famous than you, and it don't go nowhere. Well, this is that. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm a little mellow today, so wait till everybody get up in here. But if you back in the 80s and you remember this going into the early 90s, this is the cut, y'all. This is when slow music was slow music. What's up, Lauren? How is everybody doing, Lady G? I hope everybody's doing all right. Thank you to all my moderators got here. Let everybody slide on up in this kitchen real quick. What's up, Jocelyn over there inside of the UK? What's up, girl? UK is in the house today. Welcome to everybody that's tuning in to your girl all over the world. I truly appreciate it. Do me a favor, throw in the chat where you from. Go ahead and let's do our shout outs. Where you from? If you in my chat, and if you don't never say nothing, type in that chat where you from so I can see who's here while we listen to Miss Janet and Miss Lisa Key. Cause it's always the same. Zimbabwe, what? What's going on, Zimbabwe? Maryland, Charlotte in the house. LA in the house. What's up? Orlando, Florida. Little Rock, Louisiana. What's up, Louisiana? Detroit. My next door neighbor. What's up? Jackson, Mississippi. All right. Bronx. What's up, New York? Massachusetts. Look at that. Decatur. What's up, Decatur? All right. Georgia. Okay. Dallas. What's up? Pittsburgh. Look at that. Gary, Indiana. I didn't know I was getting around like that. All right. Maryland. Holly Springs. Greenville. What's going on? The Bay Area. All right. Thank you to everybody that's came in here. I appreciate it, y'all. Look at that. Oakland, California. Atlanta. The ATL better have their ass in here. The Bahamas. What's up? Okay. Shalom, everybody. All right. I know Detroit in the house. Y'all right next door. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. All right. Okay, y'all. Let's get this party started. Honey, that song takes me back. I was so trying to just be so cute when that song was out, honey, in high school and everything. Chattanooga, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for coming in my kitchen and hanging out. I didn't even know I was getting that far, all the way to Zimbabwe, where I'm down. Okay, that's pretty cool. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I was out as always. Oh, big shout out to my gym where I go to. Apex Universe. You understand? That's where I go work out at it. Y'all can check them out on Instagram. Really cool little private gym full of reality TV stars from Chicago, Black Ink, a couple other places, a couple other stars from Black Ink reality show opened up this particular gym, and it's a really pretty, really cool gym to hang out at. I like it. It's private. It's 24 hours. I absolutely love it gym. It's cool looking. It's got superheroes all over the wall. Keep you motivated every time you feel like giving up. You see another phrase on the wall that say "keep pushing, work." It's a really cool gym. I like it a lot. and I've been getting results there, so it's better than the sports and LA Fitness and all that other stuff with any and everybody up in there had. But I actually like this gym. So if you ain't in the Chicagoland area and you want to hang out and get some real results, go hang out at Apex Universe. Now they didn't pay me to do that. That's why I go. But hey, it's the gym is the gym. Okay. Yeah, your boy. That's right, Mr. Don Charlene. What's up? Little out over there, Don. That's right. Anyway, yeah, it is a really great place. That's my gym. That's why I've been going for the last 3 months. Get my little weight going down. I'm so happy, y'all. I don't know what to do. But anyway, on to why y'all came here. Mary Karen is having some issues, y'all. She going back to what she do best, and that's shaking motherfuckers down and robbing bitches. Y'all know that's what she gotta do, y'all, to get her cash. She done told Greenland, y'all gonna become a property of the United States. Greenland's like, bitch, what did we Denmark over here? We not even in your country. Are you going losing your mind? No. She is literally, hey, I need money. I need it now, just like any other thief that you know. When shit get tight, everybody can get it. Okay. This all you got to do is think of a Mary Karen as somebody who's been stealing, and then when people start calling in, they calling them bills and saying, "Hey, you owe me this, or owe me that. No, I'm gonna fuck your ass up." Yeah, that's when shit start coming, messing up around the house and all that other stuff. That's what we at with a Mary Karen. Okay. She got to stop putting on a mask and literally robbing even her own folks. She telling Germany, all of them, y'all better go. Y'all gonna become. She told Canada, you're gonna become the state. You're gonna become the state of the United States. You ain't gonna be no country no more. Now I'm calling in all of my money. I need all my cash right now. All right. It's the same thing that's happening with a lot of different places. She's talking about our Panama Canal is going to become hers too, as well. She getting delusional out here in these streets. She said everybody owe her money. Everybody been taking a nice ride on her back for a long time, and it's time to pay up. Okay. And everybody sitting here like, bitch, what? What you talking about? Honey, a lot of people like, bro, looking at her like, girl, what is you talking about? You don't own us like that. I mean, I understand you done let us come to a couple of parties and a few little meetings and stuff, but you're not gonna take over our whole entire country. And and with her doing that is going to cause a big problem, and that problem is going to be this, y'all. People are going to start feeling very insecure and very, I don't think we could trust the Mary Karen like that no more, and they're going to start doing what's best for their own people. I told y'all this. We 2 years, almost two to 3 years ahead of time. We 2 years actually ahead of time of all of this stuff coming forward. I've been telling y'all this for years. This was how this little reality show that we're watching was going to show up. Okay, and that's what is happening right now. Is that all of our people here do not seem to quite get what's been happening in our country all of these years. We have been straight fucking thieves around this motherfucker. We've been five-finger Larrys and Sallys all over the world, and everybody is slightly tired of it. This is why BRICS came about. And now everybody's starting to look at Trump is coming in saying, we ain't finna be giving y'all all of this room and all this freedom to do this and paying for the bill no more. You gonna have to come up with your half of the bill now. And they like, what you talking about? This is the way we've been rolling. We've been rolling like this and giving you our resources and free shit. Do you understand how this is set up, American? And American is like, I don't give a fuck how it was set up. I need money now. Okay. And it's like, no, we had certain deals set up a certain type of way. We allowed you to do this in order for you to get this. All the free shit that you've been getting been coming to us because we allow you to do this and this and this in our country. See, she keeps forgetting I'll say Trump forgets some of the agreements we have in order right now. So unfortunately, y'all, that's where we at. You get what I'm saying? Is that American is getting senile in her old age, and she's forgetting how all of this came, how everybody in the world helps her live the way she lives. And she's thinking, oh, I can just go and knock on people's door and say, give me this, give me that. And it's like, nah, bitch, that's not how this works. I let you stay. You was the head bitch in charge and doing whatever you was doing because I gave you use of my car. And now you talking about how you need more gas money, bitch. That's my car outside. You can give me back my motherfucking car. That's what you can have. That's what you can do. And that's what's getting ready to happen when it comes down to how people move with American. They gonna start sitting up here say, you know what? I don't think I wanted to keep doing what we've been doing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she done turned into Scarface. Like she been hitting that white stuff a little bit too much, and she done lost her motherfucking mind. And everybody's like, I think it's time to cut her ass off real soon. And that's what's happening now. Because honestly, Germany, all of her NATO sisters and brothers, or whatever you want to call her little gang over there, the NATO girls, is all going through financial problems. And when the mean girls have financial problems, they really ain't talking to each other like that unless somebody got a plan on how they gonna get back on top. And right now, they're thinking that Americans got the idea to save them all. And Americans like, no, I'm watching out for my own motherfucking situation. You bitches gonna fall before I fall. And that's exactly how it's gonna happen. Before this country falls, everybody else will slide down that hole before she does. Okay, that's how it was set up for it to happen. So now you're looking at all of the NATO countries literally falling apart. And I told y'all NATO was gonna end up being one hole before it's all said and done. And right now, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at all of these different countries. Japan is in trouble. Just what is it? France is in trouble. You have Canada in trouble. Germany's in trouble. We don't know what's happening over there inside of Australia right now. The UK is in trouble. You get what I'm saying? All of these different places that she so-called got set up are in trouble. And middle of the road bitches like India sitting up here saying, well, I'm going to get where the grass is greener. Okay, so she's having her meetings with Putin and things like that, so she can do her slide to the left and leave your ass, in the middle, leave your ass just thinking. Because I don't like middle of the road people. Either you're in or you're out. Middle of the road people, question mark people, and that means you have no loyalty to nobody, and they think they being smart with that kind of strategy. But in my opinion, all you're gonna do is end up being exiled by both sides. Neither side is going to want to deal with you, period. So India is being stupid. You understand? I think Taiwan is beginning to read the writing on the wall here that maybe they might need to talk to their, Asian cousin over here and strike some deals. And that's what's going to start happening. People are going to start running for their own because American is sitting up here saying, I'm finna do a protectionist economy. That means I'm finna protect my goddamn self and fuck all y'all. All y'all up for dismissal at any point in time I get ready. And these countries are saying, that's not what we agreed upon. You gonna leave us out here so you can protect yourself? And she gonna say, yes, that's how I roll. Fuck y'all. That's how she's always been. You understand? If you remember back in the story called Baruch, when you heard about the cedar that sat inside the evil woods and it was on flames and fire, she literally sat there, that particular tree sits there and believes that it can't be uprooted. It steals and takes from everybody around them, never giving anything back, and feels like it's entitled to take from others to get its way and help itself. And even when those people lend help, she don't feel like she needs to give no help. So guess what? She's sitting there thinking that she's not going to be uprooted, but the Most High is going to uproot her. All right. So this is what we dealing with as a country right now. And you got Trump running his motherfucking mouth. And like I said to y'all last time, he has not looked at the back and looked at the books to find out exactly where he's sitting at financially. And right now, everybody else is running to gold and all these other things, while America is standing here thinking that she gonna get ready to replace the dollar with Bitcoin. You're going to replace one fiat currency with another fiat currency backed by nothing. No. That's not how it's going to work. Meanwhile, you got China and all the rest of the BRICS countries buying up all the gold, been buying up all the gold for years. America thinks she may have some gold, but from what I hear, all she got is some paper. Paper that say you got gold. Whereas China and Russia and all these other places, these folks actually got the real tangible shit, and they've been emptying out Americans' coffers India already told you about maybe 2 months ago. They pulled up and said, give us our motherfucking gold, bitch, out of the UK. They pulled up and said, we don't need nobody to deliver shit. We got our truck outside, load the motherfucking trucks up with our motherfucking gold, and we out of here. So that's what's been happening with the gold. Everybody who's got gold are BRICS countries. Okay, American ain't got no gold. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Our gold that we supposed to have, Fort Knox and all that shit, girl. that's some bullshit. That's some more of that Sammy shit. That's some more of that conversation. That Sammy shit, bro. American been went through that money. She been went through that money long time ago. And money being blown through. That's the one thing this country know how to do. And that's been cash, baby. And trust me, she ain't got it no more. So now you have tomorrow where you have the, you know, who you call this? The Pope getting ready to open up his so-called portals. I had to go back into our books, y'all, so I could remind y'all that this was spoke about inside the books of remembrance. And I had to go back and bring it back to you, y'all. Okay? Now understand that this is when things get so bad that motherfuckers want to start trying to find a way to figure out some other stuff. Okay? Let me tell you something. I don't know. Is it Christmas Eve? You know, I don't do the holidays, so I don't know. It's Christmas Eve or either Christmas. One or the other is probably tonight or tomorrow. But you know, that's the UK, so they're a little bit ahead of us and things like that. So we'll see what it is. I think it'll be tomorrow. Probably be this evening or something like that. Because right now it's day over there. It's Christmas time right now. If it's night, so they're doing it tonight. Our Christmas Eve is their Christmas over there right now. So it's Christmas over there now. So they doing this shit tonight. So let me tell you how this works. So this is where I'm gonna read this from 58, and this is in the little book of the little book on page 560 of you got the book of Remembrance of Melchizedek. It says, in those days, the enemies of the redeemed of the Lord will be wrought upon, and the end of the tolerance of the air Kadashi will begin to be expressed more fully. That means the storms and shit are getting worse. We're in that time right now. We're seeing a whole bunch of that happening currently. Okay, this voice of thunder will speak to all the air Kadashi and all that hear it together. They will move out in sure determination on behalf of their loved ones in Shavua, and the sound of the fifth thunder will be heard in all the hiding places of the Der Kadashi, which are quote unquote the computers and things like that, or as you call the evil ones in low places on this planet. It says, and their places of retreat will be invaded. And that means that pretty much the storms and stuff are going to start having an effect on things underneath the ground and stuff like that. And with the voice of declaring the day of recompense to come where the sons of darkness dwell. So in other words, the Erkadashi going crazy and the volcanoes and stuff going off and things like that are basically letting the sons of darkness on this planet know your time is up. All right. And it says, and the signal of the Shavua will alert Michael to assemble his host to act on behalf of the Creator, and that they will be charged with casting out the evil spirits who are aligned with the sons of darkness. That means the sons, and from the sons of darkness, and from being among the spirits of life in creation, aka your beings that are on this planet that should not be here. All right, that's where you calling. Now you're talking about aliens and orbs, okay, and things like that of that nature. Michael and them are letting you know we done hit the sound alarm that we coming for that ass, and these things want to show themselves. Okay, these things are getting tired of hiding and they want to come out and play. And Michael and them are saying, "Come on out." That's what them orbs are. Them orbs are basically Michael and them letting you know we are here. And we are daring these motherfuckers to come out and play. What's on this planet, we needed to come out and meet us, okay? So that's your orb. So I'm gonna read that again. The signal of Shabua, which will alert, that's the signal of the Most High, okay, will alert Michael to assemble his host to act on behalf of the Creator, and that they will be charged with casting out the evil spirits who are aligned with the sons of darkness from among the spirits of life in creation. That means the ones that are on this planet. And there will be no place in heaven for them to stand. So in other words, they can't go to space. They can't go to another planet. They're going to have to be right here. They got to come out right here. And these spirits will look out about and the SP the elements of the air Kadashi. So in other words, they will look out about in the elements of the computers that we have here. That means our AI technology, all right, that have been brought forth by the sons of darkness, aka now your drones. Do you understand what I'm saying now? I'll read that again. There will be no place in heaven for them to stand. So there's no place that they can go to leave off this planet to leave. They're going to have to stay right here. These spirits will look about and basically find the elements of our AI to mess with, okay? And they have been brought, and these things have been brought forth by the sons of darkness. That means the people and the folks on this planet playing around, and they will flee to dwell in them. All right. So in other words, they're going to try to become a part of it or be a part of these machines and things like that. And the spirit of death will follow them there from that time on. All those that depend on our AI for their lives will be compelled to live with the enemies of their soul. All right. And in desperation, Sammy, aka your church, will open the pit of the abyss. In this way, he will open the gates, them 5 portals of smoke burning, and he went there to see if he could discover some assistance and found none. And those there hated him with a overflowing rage, and the smoke of the burning rose up, and it filled the sky and darkened the inhabitants of the wicked, and their last hope melted away. So yeah, whatever the little pope over there calls himself trying to do, opening up these last little whatever little gates he's calling himself opening, because right now they're at wit's end. They don't know what else to do because they pretty much lost control of their populations. I bullshit you not. They done lost control of their populations. They ain't got no more money. Things are going bad. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what to do here. So when you see the Pope doing his thing, he's doing his thing for a reason. This motherfucker been sitting in a wheelchair talking about he ain't the bick of this. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Now all of a sudden you want to open up 5 portals? What does that say? You're desperate. You ain't all of these years of all kind of crazy shit happening all around the world, and now you want to open up 5 portals? Hell, you didn't open up 5 portals during COVID, motherfucker. And we had damn near half of Italy died. Damn near half of Italy died. And this motherfucker didn't open up a can of anything, a can of prayer, nothing. All right? Nothing, not a goddamn thing. But now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, since you seeing drones in the air and you know what I'm saying, the orbs and shit, it's time to we need to do something. This is what lets you know what I just said is happening here. They are desperate and they trying to get some assistance, and ain't gonna be none that they gonna get. They gonna find a whole bunch of spirits that ain't got nothing to do with them. Okay, don't want shit to do with them, and there'll be no assistance there. So now you see where we're at. Even inside the books of remembrance, it talks about how Michael and them are basically like the popo up in here. They coming in, they swooping in, they don't give a fuck who's here. They finna let you know you're not alone. You ain't never been alone on this motherfucking planet, you bunch of idiots. You understand? That's what's happening here. And the army knows exactly what's going on. I told y'all the reason why the drones are in the air is because of the orbs that turn pretty, that are lights, and they'll have rainbow lights and stuff going on. And they've been around for quite some time. Them motherfuckers been in the sky for the last 2-3 years. I'm sorry, I've been seeing them. How many of y'all been seeing them? I've been seeing them for years. They sit over the lake, over to Chicago. They are all in different parts of the sky at any different time. You can see these motherfuckers. I've been watching them. Okay, they've been here. And unfortunately, now I guess, quote unquote, they're making people nervous and posing a threat. No, they are doing what they want them to do. And these drones that they have brought up, like I told y'all before, that's our shit, but our shit from whom? Okay, because any other drones that go up and try to fuck with these orbs drop straight out the sky. But their drones that they have flying in the sky and things like that, monitoring these orbs that are out there, stay up there with them. So this is not technology that is known widely with anybody. And it's not just happening here, it's happening all over the world. And they know it's happening all over the world. This is the reason why they're trying to, wonder when they're going to evacuate people and things like that, because they waiting for next year for some shit to really show itself up and say, hey, how you doing? Okay. They know that something's getting ready to happen here, and they know it's going to show itself, and they know it's going to be what they're going to do. What hiding place did they tell you, girl, that you're going to go to? Huh? Who you think they're going to go and hide? Who do you think they're going to go and try to evacuate people? Because it's going to be crazy here with shit going the way it's going to go. If these things do what they think they're going to do. They're going to go and try to hide in their mountains and stuff like that. And those places we already know is going to be their what? Their graves. So let them go hide. Ain't nowhere to run to. It's just like here in Chicago. Majority, whether a lot of people don't know this or not, if you're from our city and you know some of the high wealth net worth people here, most of them people are gone out of the city of Chicago. The money that used to be in Chicago, I'm talking about the rich motherfuckers, they're leaving here immediately. They're going to places like Brazil. Everybody's trying to find someplace else to leave because they know that this is the calm before the storm. They know that after this new year, their little new year is happening here, January, whatever, after January 20th, or whenever they swear, old boy in, that the shit's finna get ready to hit the fan and shit's gonna go crazy all over the place, y'all. They already know this is that deep breath before the plunge, baby, and it is not finna be nice. It's not finna be nice. And unfortunately, y'all, it's a lot of people are getting scared, and I'm sorry, this is just me what I have been watching these last few weeks of not being on here, and I've had to turn off the news and turn off some of these folks in these camps. They scaring the shit out of folks. I'm gonna leave some folks nameless here, but I have lost a lot of respect for a lot of camps these days because of the shit that's coming out of their mouths, and because they don't read any further than what they got in front of them. They got the Apocrypha and they got the Bible, and that's where they stop. And you got to go a little bit further. You're gonna have to go into some of the Gnostics and things like that to be able to understand what is happening right now. They got people sitting up here talking. I was done when I heard that, hey, when it comes down to the chariots and things like that, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, the whole Bible was literally made off of beings that came from someplace else. Samuel and them were not folks that were on this planet when it was created. Samuel and them came from someplace else. Okay? I'll say it again. Sammy and them came from someplace else fucking around with the beings on this planet. So we've always had some type of interaction from someplace else. This is the reason why something from someplace else is coming back here, because part of our inheritance has to do with that. Okay? Part of our inheritance has to do with moving on to other mansions, which are AKA universes and planets. We have not been allowed to do this on this planet because the motherfuckers on this planet are ignorant and have not done the work in order to be able to become invited, or, you know what I'm saying, or immersed with other beings from other fucking places. Because we're being ran by a bunch of knuckle draggers at this time, okay? And we cannot intermingle with other people because the knuckle draggers still have problems dealing with people who are different on this motherfucking planet. Period. They can't deal with the people on the planet that's different, much less deal with a being from someplace else that may not look like you. So these are some stupid motherfuckers on the planet, and the beings that are from someplace else would rather look at us and say, look at these crazy motherfuckers down here, y'all. Okay? Than to interact with us. And I'm keeping it 100. Motherfuckers can't deal with your skin color being different, much less talk to a motherfucker who looks like an ant in the face, or somebody that has the facial features that are not, conglomerate with yours. These motherfuckers can't handle niggas. They can't even handle black folks. They can't handle a motherfucker with a tan, much less somebody that's green, or somebody that's gray, or somebody that don't even have, may have blue fucking skin. These is a bunch of silly, ignorant motherfuckers. So no, they can't come and hang out with the other families of the universes at all. As much as they want to stand around and pump their chest and say they're so intellectual, they haven't even gotten to dealing with their own fucking races fairly on this planet, rather than to be able to interact with something outside of itself. Okay? So when you got people that's on here saying the people that, get taken, if anybody gets taken away, those are the people that are cursed and going to be killed. And the people that's left on the planet are going to be the ones that get to reign, and that'll be Israel starting all over again. And they'll get their reparations from the government, ride their Mercedes and all that other shit. I'm sorry. I done seen some shit this week, and I'm sitting over here saying, Lord. And it's and to me, it's one of those things of, what are we reading the same shit? Are we understanding from the same point of view? And the answer is no. I sat back and I felt really bad, because I felt like, at least if those individuals who understood the Apocrypha and stuff really understood what was happening here. But at the same time, they really don't understand what's happening here. And the sad part is that they don't get the gist of what's being said to them in the Bible. The whole big meat and gravy part of this entire situation of us being on this planet and why we are here is to be able to get the basics down. And that is how to handle and talk and be one on this planet and treat people with genuine respect of each other, and honor and respect each other on a numerous levels, on a physical level, on a spiritual level, you understand, on an intellectual level. And we can't do that amongst ourselves. So this is truly camp can't get right. I told you, camp can't get right, no matter what we do. And a lot of people, even in the walk, even with some of our own folks right here, that we all understand each other. At times I listen and I sit up here and say, it's cool to understand that we the people. It's great. But you know what? There's a bigger message other than the fact that we are the people. The bigger message that's supposed to be taught here is how to deal with others around you. That's the big message that's here, that everybody keeps putting on the side and putting on the fucking stove and letting that motherfucker sit in the back. That really, like, at times it aggravates the shit out of me and makes me not want to do this anymore. Because it's like somebody saying, we got bills to pay, but you're focused on, we got bills and a mortgage to pay, but you're more focused on making sure that the lawn looks nice outside than paying your motherfucking bills. Does that make sense to you? You're more focused on how the house look to other motherfuckers on the outside than what the fuck it takes to make the house run. Do you get what I'm saying? See, the law, the way they put it to you in the church, was you sit up here and you come to church because the church was what the Lord put together, and that you're supposed to give to the church. Well, what you didn't know is that the church has and always will be you. Not a fat motherfucker in a suit that's standing here looking like he done ate too many motherfucking chicken wings, talking shit and singing you a little song with his little group of friends in the choir. Okay? I'm sorry. That's what they gave you. Give to the church. Make sure the church still stays good. Meanwhile, you turn around and Mr. Reverend Porkchop got $1 million crib and riding around a Rolls Royce while your ass is sitting up here still trying to get a prayer through, but this motherfucker's living his best life on your bill. Okay? That's the church that they gave you. But the church the Most High has always been talking about from day one was you. And how you are to get yourself together. And that those laws that he put out there were to help you get yourself together. I told you there's different ways to kill, steal, lie, and destroy and covet. I've given you all those examples, yet many of you do this shit unconsciously every day because of the way church told you what church you supposed to become, this phony motherfucker that's supposed to be highly favored, you understand, and saved and sanctified by the Holy Spirit. How? When you talking shit to your family? How? When you got kids that's out here selling motherfucking drugs and coming back and laying in your motherfucking house and putting your life and other people's lives in danger every motherfucking day? Okay? How? But you in church every Sunday, every motherfucking Sunday in your best outfit saying thank you, Lord, and hallelujah. Meanwhile, your daughter's doing church turning tricks on somebody's goddamn street every other weekend. Okay? She's known all over the place because she's everybody's girlfriend. Or your son is everybody's boyfriend and he got 10,000 babies with 15 different bitches, and you have yet to sit up here and put this motherfucker in his place, but you give him a place to stay in your house every day. Yeah, I'm about to step on some motherfucking feet today. You understand? These are the things that's going on in your house. And you say, I can't do nothing about them. If you can't do nothing about them, then why are they in your house? Oh, they're my kids. Then that means you should be able to correct them as well. It's a difference when somebody else is somewhere else and doing their thing and they don't listen to you. It's another thing when they're in your house and they doing that type of shit. That means, well, I'm going to have to worry about me and my soul and what's going on with me. Meanwhile, you got a whole bunch of bullshit going on around you on a regular basis that you refuse to address. See, this is the thing that I'm talking about. Our people want to sit up here and be, you want to be that group. We want to be that group, but it's a lot to be in that group that we don't want to deal with. We want to make sure the lawn and the house look nice outside, but when you walk in, that motherfucker is filthy. It's not a house. It's barely holding on. That's what I'm talking about. We have to deal with what's going on with us. And the thing that I'm talking about dealing with going on with us ain't just a one and I'm done. This is a constant thing that you have to work on because you have been over the years conditioned and preconditioned and conditioned to literally not follow any of those laws. Most of people's children were made before they was even married. Okay? Most of y'all understand more of having let me have my little dip, my little cabin boy, my little cabin girl. I'm not marrying shit. I'm not committing to nothing and have all these illegitimate babies and anything else. Or I got a wife and I ain't truly fucking divorced her yet, but I got me another woman someplace else. Oh yeah, all of that shit. All of that. You ain't dealt with your shit. You're not handling your shit properly, or you in a marriage and you know you need the motherfucking end it, and you still sitting up there because you know it's just better, you know it's cheaper to keep her. We got bills together, even though y'all still doing your own motherfucking things in other directions, but you still standing here married though. But we in the walking where? I'd like to know, where the fuck are you walking? The hell, holding hands? I mean, come on. Somebody talk to me about what the fuck you doing. It's time to take the phony faces off and quit being a counterfeit individual, because that's what you're doing. And then when that time comes and you got to stand in front of the Most High, you can't bullshit him. You can't bullshit him. He gonna download your ass and know everything you talking about is bullshit. This is what it's been when in Baruch, Ezra, all of these different things that we have written. It is wonderful to know that we the people. But in order to be truly the people, you got to walk like you are the people. This is the reason why I'm the teacher that I am, y'all. Because y'all gonna need somebody like me that's not gonna sit over here and sugarcoat shit. I didn't go to no motherfucking church and get the, total treatment of how to be a bullshit ass person and be loved, saved and sanctified and highly favored, and still out here doing bullshit every other day. Still out here in these streets playing motherfucking reindeer games with people. Still out in my job being the most shit starter, bone carrier that I could possibly be out here, but I'm in church every motherfucking Sunday. No. These are the laws that you are constantly breaking, and they're interchangeable always. Coveting somebody else is shit. Starting shit because you can't have what they got. Not understanding that God gave you what he gave you, and he gave them what he gave them. And if you got a problem, you might want to take it up with the Most High. Just standing around talking about your brother and sister like a fucking dog. You might want to ask him, why did you give them that and did give me that? You might find an answer that might shock your ass. Do you understand what I'm saying? But we can't get that together. And that's how we got into this situation in the first place. See, the Most High keeps on bringing you right back here. You were punished in order for you to learn better. And you got your ass handed to you for 400 years in order for you to understand. You got punished by motherfuckers that sat in the same churches that you sat in 400 plus years ago, 200, 300 years ago, and thought it was okay to kill people and hang them on trees and cut babies out of women and feed babies to alligators and do all kind of heinous bullshit. And they would sit their ass at church every Sunday and say, thank you, Jesus. You got punished by these very same people who thought they going to heaven too. And so does their offspring that's sitting here with your ass right now. They thought it was cool to sell somebody, your great grandmama, your great granddaddy, and their children off like it was nothing. Like you selling a motherfucking bottle of water. They thought that was cool, and they all thought that they were going to heaven too. And their children want you to say that's a long time ago. That ain't got nothing to do with us. The hell it don't. The hell it don't. But this is the reason why I feel a certain type of way when I see the news and I hear that they still killing and they still doing heinous shit, because that was already sitting on their docket. Now they got more shit they add to their docket. And everything that they have done to everybody, including us, they have to pay for tenfold and some. They got double. to pay. They gotta watch their kids be sold into slavery and raped by sick motherfuckers and misused their sons and their daughters and all the things that they did to other motherfuckers. They got to do it. They gonna get it done to them. But the question is, did you learn your lesson? We already know the Most High got his shit. You don't have to tell daddy how to whoop kids' ass. Okay? He's fully knowledgeable in that area because he gets yours. So trust me, he got what he gonna do to them covered. My question to you is, did you get the lesson? Or are you over here being more concerned about being them people than getting your shit together? That's what I'd like to know. You more concerned about being the people and we're the bros and we're gonna get that and we're gonna get that, and you ain't done what the fuck you need to do. See, I'm a true old schooler. Yeah, you can sit up here and be happy that you're that, and that's cool. But did you do the work? See, when I was a teacher, everybody was happy for Friday and we gonna do this and we gonna have that, especially if it was a party or some activity that was gonna happen. And all week everybody can't wait. And it would always be them same motherfuckers that sit in the back talking, yeah, it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like this. And these same motherfuckers didn't finish the assignment. But they want to sit up here and beg, man, can I give it to you on Monday, Miss Pat? I really want to go to the da-da-da. No. You need to finish your assignment. And how many of y'all remember sitting in class watching them very same slackers trying at the last minute when it's about a half an hour or 20 minutes before that event that's getting ready to happen and everybody's ready to go and handle their shit, go, yeah, we get ready to do this. And they sitting there in the back trying to write anything on a paper just so they can hand it in. I remember that as a kid. I remember that shit as a kid. Many of our people in this walk are those people that's trying to bullshit their way. They get enjoyment out of understanding. You know what I'm saying? That we the folks. But they don't get enjoyment out of the straightening up and the cleaning up of their room that they're going to have to do in order to enjoy the good time that comes. We used to have that. We used to have Fridays, treat Fridays, when I was in grammar school. And everybody, you had to have all your motherfucking assignments done. And when they said that you had your math, your reading, your social studies, all that shit had to be handled before you could enjoy yourself with the rest of the kids and have free time and treat time. And if it was summertime, you got to go outside and hang. You understand? And the teacher would have all kind of treats and things for you to be able to enjoy yourself and hang outside. And don't let it be the ice cup man or the ice cup lady got her place open and the teacher done already hooked it up and say, look, go over to Miss such and such. She's bringing ice cups. Everybody who already finished their assignments can get that. That's where we at right now. We all know what the wonderful things that are about to happen are happening, but nobody wants to do what they need to do to get themselves together. Nobody wants to do that hard work of really working on yourself. And that's what has me at times where I don't know if I want to continue this, because I don't know if I have like 4,500 followers. That's it. That people watch me. The same 400 or 500 people that watch me every week come and watch me. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what happens. I'm very small and I'm very different than all of the other individuals that are inside this walk and other teachers. I have a specific job. I'm more down to earth. I'm relatable. Some people can handle me. Some people can't. My mouth might be a little bit too foul for some folks, but that's just me. It's not foul as far as talking crazy or being mean or, or facetious with anybody. No, it is just the way that I have to express, because some of y'all need to get grabbed by the collar and shook a little bit to understand that this ain't a game. And some people respond to that a little bit better. Somebody who's being as they, being just like how they are. Because honestly, this is me. And if you were my best friend or my friend, I will talk to you the exact same way. But when it comes down to this is something that is real, everyone. My brothers and sisters, y'all have to listen to me And every time I have read in any of these books, the way to get to where you want to go and the wonderfulness and the pickup or whatever is supposed to happen as far as the Most High is concerned or his people is, there's work you have to do. Inside of one of the books, I think it was called Barabbas or something like that, I read in one of the forbidden books, there was a story that they talked about this tower that was being made, and not the Tower of Babylon. This was something else totally different. When one of the ladies, is a female angel that came and talked with one of the teachers, which was Barbarus or whatever his name was, Barabbas, and he was talking to them, and he followed the Most High, and he wanted to be a part of that. And she told him to have a seat, and he wanted to sit on the right of her. And she said, "No, you can't sit on the right hand side. You need to sit on the left hand side. The right is reserved for people who have pretty much died and had to be imprisoned for the name of the Most High." So she's teaching him as well as talking to him in this particular lesson. And he was upset because he couldn't sit to the right, and he was like, why can't I be a part of that those people are very important. Those people are important, and they are on the right side of him for a reason, because they had to go through some shit for that chair. You get to sit over here, and you need to be cool with where you are. Okay. And he was slightly, had a little issue with her. And she looked at him and said, "You know what? I know you have a semi issue, a reason why I told you to sit to my left, but you also need to understand one thing. Barabbas had a family." And she said, "This is a problem that we have with you, Barabbas, and that is this. You got two sons that's out here in these streets being reckless as hell and doing all kind of things and running, literally, they are causing all kind of all kind of ruckus everywhere and anywhere, and they are very vicious with the shit that they doing out here. They live in your house and you don't say shit to them. Okay, yes, you are walking in the walking, you're doing the right things, but you don't say shit to them. And you got a wife at home that her mouth is out of pocket, and you don't correct this bitch at all. You pretty much let these people do whatever they doing, and they're harming others around you in your community. Your children and your wife are causing a lot of fucking problems, and you have yet to even talk to them." And he sat there, was like, y'all tripping on me because of that? I mean, I'm trying to figure out the walking and walk right for me. They gotta figure out their own situations. And he said, and this woman's literally, this angel sat up there and told him, she's like, "You are that woman's husband, and those are your children, and they live in your house. And what are you doing? It's nice that you're doing a walk, but you need to get that together. You need to get your house in order, bruh." And she walked off that situation, and he was like, "Okay, I hear you what you're saying." He's like, "But I feel like I'm good enough to be on the right hand of the right side of the Father." And like she said, that place is for people who've been in prison. They have been handled a certain type of way. They have died and everything in the name of the Most High. We already know those kind of people. You understand what I'm saying? We've seen them, Martin Luther King, different folks. You understand, different folks. They've done a lot to be able to. They were trying to do the right thing, and they were taken out because of who they were and what they believed in and things like that. They similar to Christ, in other words, murdered for crazy shit. All right. Now, she started to talk about a tower. She said, she brought these angels with her, and she told them go build. And as they were building, he's watching them. He said, "Look over there." She told him to look over there in the distance. As she told the angels to go build, they're building up this tower, and they were like moving big ass bricks and stuff like that, and big ass blocks. They making it, and certain blocks were so well put together. They were so smooth, they looked like one whole entire wall, even though that they were bricks and stuff like that. And she explained to him that the base of this particular tower, you see how the blocks fit in this as if they were just one whole wall, slick wall. You would think that was one whole stone. He's like, those are the people. that are of the Most High, that are his folks. This is what this tower is being built, this the structure of it. And he said, you see the things that the different rocks, there's certain rocks that that they have thrown to the side, and different ones in different places. And she explained to him what these were, and these were different types of people that you run into. And then there were some that were really polished and nice. He said, but they were round. He said, and why don't they use these? And she said, these are the people whose money get in the problem, get in the way. And the only way that they will be of any use to the Most High is that they have to be chiseled down in a way where they could possibly be used to work. Those stones can be used to work inside the actual tower and be of some use, but they have to be hit a certain type of way. And some of the stone that they are encircled in has to be, cut away to be able to make a brick. And he said, well, what does that mean? He said, those are rich people whose money has to be taken away from them in order to find the Most High. What's up from London? Maya Kaninsky. Okay, you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? There's some people that are out here, and I told you all this. There'll be people that's going to be in the walk, and they that strong structure, and they fit perfectly, and they do what they need to do and handle certain things. There's going to be different bricks and things that they got chaffs in them and broken pieces. They are not good to build with, so they're going to be cast to the side. They still going to be near the tower, but they're not going to be of any use, you understand, to the building of that tower. Those are people that can go with the law. They understand it, but they've got that bullshit still in their tank, and they don't know whether or not if they can, follow the laws completely. Some of us are like that. And then there's some people that are being tossed by the water, you understand, further away from the tower. They don't want no parts of this shit one way or the other. They don't care. You understand? There are going to be different types of people that are on this road that we have called the walk. There are going to be people who are going to gravitate to it, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to get right. And there's going to be some people that, hey, they love the word, they understand what the truth is, and they still gonna go back and do what they've been doing. You get what I'm coming from, y'all? There's going to be people, and they're the worst kind, the ones who understand the truth, know what they need to do, and still want to do as the world does. Those are the ones that are the most, as far as I'm concerned, the most sad. Because how do you find out this truth and then go back to who you used to be? But there's many that will do that. And it's okay, because that's where they'll find themselves in the kingdom. I told you there's levels to this. Just like Barabbas got upset because he couldn't sit on the right side of her. He felt like that's the best side. She's like, no, that's reserved, baby, for people who lost something, who gave up a lot, sacrificed a lot to have that seat. And he got upset because he couldn't sit in that seat. And there's a lot of people who have not walked in the walk, but they want to be them people sitting there. I'm in the grub. They want to be the Johnny come ladies. They want to be the kids that throw anything on a paper just so they can say they finished their work, so they can be able to enjoy treat time. They're not the ones who sat up there and did what they needed to do. And the Most High is not a fool. You can't fool him. He knows who's doing what and who ain't doing what. Many of us have had fucked up shit go on. We've been looked over. We have been treated terribly on jobs. We have had all manners of fucked up things happen to us on this planet. And a lot of us want so badly to be accepted by these people. We want so badly to, people see our worth and see our, our value. And you're never, if you're chosen by the Father, you're never going to be seen of any value by the people of this world. You might as well forget that. You might as well drink that drink on down and understand that's just the way it is. In order to be accepted in this world, you can't be accepted by the Most High, period. So if they're rejecting you here, Thank you. I don't want to be accepted by you motherfuckers. That means I'm doing something right. So when you go to work after this little break and people don't want to fuck with you and they starting shit with you and you like, I don't understand why these people can't leave me alone, because they doing their job. They doing their job. Your job is to not care. Period. You're not supposed to be accepted by this place. This place will never, if it accepted you, they accept their own. They accept the shit starters. They accept the bone carriers. They accept the covetous motherfuckers that look at everything that you're doing and want to be like you and want everything that you got and talk shit about you all motherfucking day. If they say, I don't give a fuck about that bitch, but they show on your Facebook page and on your Instagram and on your YouTubes, literally looking at everything you do. But they don't want to be like you. But those are the people. That's what the world accepts, you guys. That's what the world wants. Those types of people. The ones who want to look at me person. They want that look at me moment. Look at what I got on, girl. Ain't I fly? Ooh, don't you want to be me? That's what this world accepts. That's what it wants. You can't be who you are and be accepted by this world and understand the walk and be in a walk and think the world is going to accept you. They're not. You don't do Christmas? Oh, Lord, that's one of them people. Let us leave alone. You don't do Thanksgiving? Oh, Lord, let's get the fuck away from her. Oh, you don't do the holidays? You don't New Year's? Let's get the hell. If the world accepts it, you're on the wrong motherfucking page. I repeat, if the world says, yes, we're with you, clearly you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong because the world don't want nothing to do with people who doing the right thing. Come on now. Come on now. Look at our election that just happened. The world wants nothing to do with people doing the right thing. The world wants to do with everybody doing the wrong thing. So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. When motherfuckers go right, I go left. I've always been that way. I don't care about having to be by myself. I cried with my daughter about this today. I said, I'm beginning to realize that this is becoming a situation, even in this walk, even with doing this, is that I'm going to be a person that's going to kind of be by myself. And I'm going to have to kind of like stand on that. You understand that I'm going to be different. I might say things that everybody does not agree with, but that's okay. It's okay. I can't go with we all gonna go in one big group with each other, because that's not how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a constant sifting. It's gonna be a constant splitting and different people going in different directions. We're just passing through. That's why I say I'm spiritual life passing through. I am not promised to anyone. I'm just passing through. You understand? There's certain levels that certain people gonna get left at, and others are gonna keep on it going up higher. You understand? Brother Man is at a whole nother level than I'm at right now. I'm literally studying to be on Brother Man's level. That means there's a certain level of learning that I have to go to. I'm not on his level yet. So there's things I can't talk about that on that level that he's on right now. It's certain different people that have different levels of things. And we all have to find where we belong at. And it's the same thing with the walk. The Most High said everybody gonna be in the kingdom, but they're going to be at the levels in which they come in at, in which the mysteries that they understand. Okay? And it's just that simple. They can't go no higher than where they end up. They can go lower and stay in that realm, but they can't go higher than where they are able to comprehend certain things. And I get that. And I do realize that now it's time for me to step up and go to another level. You understand? And some people, like I said, may not agree with certain things. Even with certain things I say about what's the things that are happening in the world today with politics and stuff. BRICS has to happen because BRICS has to sit here and destroy the system. It is not for the nation's glory that happens. It's for our Father's glory that happens. This system has to be utterly uprooted completely. American has to fall. And how she has to fall is that the system and the nations in which she has whooped and caused to hate her at this moment will have their moment to beat her ass and bite the shit out of her back. And they're going to have 1 hour to do so. Okay, Sammy going to get 1 hour to have a nice ride and a nice go and whoop America's ass and dethrone her. That's the only way this is going to happen. That fighting that they're doing all around the world, this is not because they're going to sit up here and give us any kind of, that they're going to give us any kind of freedom or free us up out of anything. These nations are not going to free shit about us. They're not going to do anything regarding the Most High's people. We don't need them to give us anything. We don't need them to do anything for us. That's not what that's for. These are the prophecies that are going to come true. These nations are going to fight. They've been fighting each other. They've been killing each other. They've been doing a lot of crazy shit for a long time. It's just that you're starting to pay attention. I've always paid attention. I've always seen this shit ever since I was a little kid, from the time of Ronald Reagan and him doing the shit that he was doing overseas. All of these people have been doing and killing and all of these things for many years. These nations are not going to do anything to liberate us. Do you understand? Our people are scattered all over the world. That's the reason why I told you to shout out where you're listening from. Yeah, it's not just me in Chicago. I'm a damn fool if I believe that. It's people all over this entire little Turtle Island that are listening to me, and people outside of this motherfucker that's listening to me. They are the ones that are scattered all over the place like marbles all over this globe. It's not just us. It's not just us. And how it is not just a group or a race of people. It's people who choose to start to do those laws. It's people who choose to do the work that are a part of that group that has that fun time at the end. You got to do the work. It can't be because we black and we this and we that and we this and this group and that group. And no. It's about what the fuck you do with it. Many of us have, there's people who got money here. There's people who have really nice lives and nice things. Everybody here ain't broke. Different people come from different walks of life, you guys. Different walks of life that have had different experiences. I myself have had different experiences and walks of life. I've been in this system, brainwashed by this system and everything else, and was pulled out and slapped up and said, hey, look at this and look at where we're at right now. Do you understand? I wasn't no different than nobody else. I don't consider myself any more special than you or anybody else. I'm happy that somebody woke me up. I'm happy that I was accounted amongst those that could get woken up. But I did understand that everything that I have written had one message, and that message was, do my laws. And you ain't got nothing to worry about. I will protect you when the shit hits the fan. Don't worry about that. I protect my own. I got you. If you do my laws. I didn't say that you just gonna sit here and eat popcorn through the whole situation. You might have a few problems here and there. You may get rattled here and there. Your financial situation may go up and down because of the situations that are happening around you. You may lose a job. You may have to get another one. You may have to get a new house. You may have to move. You may have to do some things, but that does not mean that I'm not going to protect you. See, a lot of people think they're going to watch this situation happen like it's a fucking television show. That's not how this works. You may end up being affected. It may not affect you to the part that it's affected these other folks. Because, see, their whole worlds are about to change. And living for them is about to get real hard in ways that it was never hard for them. We've lived hard, many of us, and grew up in fucked up situations and worked real hard to get into a comfortable situation that we in right now. But we can remember when things weren't so cool. And where things weren't always a refrigerator full of food. Hell, I ain't got a refrigerator full of food right now. And that's not because I don't have the money. It's because I really don't like shopping like that. But the whole point is that Once upon a time, that was because I didn't have the money to fill it up. I remember those times. You understand what I'm saying? I remember being a young girl with a little baby. And now my baby's 30 something years old, but I remember how hard it was putting coats and things like that on her back and feeding her and making sure we had things to do, things she had what she needed. And there was times when mama couldn't wear a fucking winter jacket because she had to have a winter jacket on. Oh, I remember times like that. I may not look like my hard times that I've been through because my mother told me don't look like what you're going through. But I remember standing out here not having no motherfucking car on a bus, under coat on a bus stop with something like this, or two fucking hoodies on, sweatshirts on, while my baby had her little snowsuit and boots on, and I didn't have that. Oh, I remember that at 19 and 20 years old. That's when I made up my motherfucking mind to finish college. Okay? I remember what it was like to take a baby to school with me. I took my baby to college with me. And she sat in that motherfucker and they looked at me like, what you doing with the baby? She's a very quiet child. You won't even know that she's here. Teach on. And got them degrees. Okay? I remember what that was like. I was very determined woman to get what the fuck I wanted. And I knew I had to fight for my education that I so-called got. Okay? And I was underneath, once I got those degrees, underneath that guise that I was somebody now. You want no motherfucking body, because it's, guess what? All them degrees didn't mean a motherfucking thing, especially in a city like Chicago. It was who you knew that got you where you needed to be. And for some women, who you laid with. Do you understand? And I didn't understand no shit like that. I damn near had a nervous breakdown at one point because I didn't understand. I had went to school, did all the things that was asked of me, and I still couldn't get a job. I didn't understand. They told me that education was the key. They told me that if I sat up here and I went to church and prayed and acted a certain type of way and carried myself a certain type of way and dressed a certain type of way, that this should happen for me this way. I literally had to go on antidepressants because I didn't understand what the fuck happened here. I did everything right and things are still not working out for me the right way until the Most High had to speak to me and tell me you was never going to fit into their world, ever. I had all the right things, aunties, uncles, everybody in the right spaces and still couldn't get a job. How is this possible? It works, don't work like that for nobody else. See, this is what I'm talking about. The blinders that were on. And now they're being lifted off and you're beginning to see that none of that shit means anything. And that all the things that you were taught, how to be cutthroat and everything else, that's what was taught to us here on this planet. All of that you need to get rid of and learn how to be a decent human being. Honestly, on earth, all you're taught how to be is an evil motherfucker in the dog-eat-dog world, and how to get money. Go get that bag under any means necessary. Get that bag, even if it means stealing from friends, family, and everything else. Even if it means forsaking your friends and family. That's all this world has taught many of us. And none of that is on the test of the Most High. In fact, because you've done those things will be the reason why you failed, if you don't understand that those things were error to begin with. This is the test that bothers, the things that bother the hell out of me when it comes down to, are you getting what I'm saying? Everything that you have learned, you have to now, in Yoda's way of speaking, unlearn. You understand, Jedis? You have to unlearn what you have learned. And many of us don't want to do that because it means now you got to look at yourself and realize the counterfeit motherfucker you have become. Because you're going to have to get this together before you leave the body. Because once you leave the body, then you understand, oh shit, what Miss Pat was talking about, god damn, this is what I'm gonna be fucking judged on. And you understand? All the backstabbing and killing and you know what I'm saying, killing and stealing people's feelings and doing all the shit that I did at work and all this other bullshit to get where I am. This stuff is going against me now. Me being an asshole, not, you know what I'm saying, not handling my situation with my kids properly. I got a bunch of fucking drug dealers and niggas that's standing out in front of my house every goddamn day doing absolutely nothing. And I don't address this shit. I don't correct them. I don't tell them, hey, you motherfuckers is 32. You need to get a fucking job in a motherfucking crib. It's time for you to get the basics of being an adult now. And you can't do it fucking here. Okay? You're a man, you're a woman. You're old enough to fuck, you're old enough to get a job and have your own motherfucking place to do all of that fucking in. Bye, toodles. Peace out, dude. That's how you're gonna have to do at some point. But I see a lot of people that don't do that with their children. They let them cause all kind of problems and bring all kind of hell to their house. When you got police officers and sheriffs coming to your crib over your motherfucking kids, you ain't doing what you need to do. And I won't take that back. I'm sorry. You fucking up somewhere. You as the parent is fucking up somewhere if they come into your house with that bullshit. Because mines can't stay here with that kind of shit going on. Sorry, you can't stay with me with that kind of bullshit going on. You can't stay here and sell drugs out of my house. You can't stay here and do whatever the fuck you doing, robbing, stealing, whatever the fuck you doing. You can't stay here and do that. I don't keep thieves. I don't keep motherfucking five-finger Larrys and Sallys up in my motherfucking house. I don't do that. My mama didn't do it before me. You understand? So these things, we need to understand our realities. We got good kids. You don't want your kids hooking up with somebody like that. I know I don't want none of mine hooking up with no shit like that. And I'm not going to say, I'm happy if you want to marry somebody that's got that kind of shit going on. I'm going to tell you, I fucking object. I object. And if you don't live here, that ain't got shit to do with me. But don't bring that motherfucker here with that bullshit going on. You got somebody that's out here doing all kind of things, robbing, salary, and everything else, doing hold up, stick up jobs. Now you can't have that here with me. No, I'm sorry. And I'm not going to be happy to have him as a son-in-law or anything else. In fact, that motherfucker can't come to my house. You can, but that motherfucker can't. Sometimes you have to put straight lines in between what you will accept and what you won't. I'm not finna go along with people doing wrong. And that's what gets me in trouble on jobs. I'm not finna go along with the conversation. Can I sit next to you and talk shit? No, you can't. What's wrong with you? I'm not into gossip. Because if you sit here and talk shit with me, you'll talk shit with somebody else about me somewhere else. So no, I'm not down with that. Well, I don't want to be the one to say it, but you know, such and such and such and such did this. And that's my cue to get the fuck up and walk away. I'm not going to be a part of certain things. This is where you have to unlearn what you've learned. Some of us want to ear hustle and be a part of gossip to the point that we don't know how to stop it. That's why I say it's an everyday thing, shadow work. It's a constant working against your darker self to get right. If you can't wait to hear the latest gossip about what's going on with your sister, cousin, auntie, da-da-da-da-da, there's something wrong with you. And you need to ask yourself, why do I want to hear about somebody else's downfall? What is so great? Why do my nipples get hard? Because, ooh, girl, what happened? Ooh, girl, look at what's going on with the neighbors. Ooh, girl, look what happened. Girl, he out there cussing her ass out. Let me sit on the porch and listen. You have to ask yourself, why are you just so hot in the ass for that? I ask yourself, what's going on with you? You need a moment. You need a moment to really ask yourself, why am I happy to see negative things with my brothers and sisters? I don't give a shit what they done did. I've had people do me dirty, and honestly, when I look back at them and I see them later on in life, and my daughter had to remind me of this today. I saw somebody that I used to know that I was involved in a relationship, and I saw him, and I was like, wow, he got dark circles around his eyes, looks really, really bad, looks like life been kicking his ass. And some said, yeah, look at the shit he did to you and other motherfuckers after you, and you understand? Shit, he ain't gonna have a good life. These people are not gonna have a good life. And I didn't feel good about seeing him in that way. I actually felt bad for the brother, to be honest with you. You understand? Not everybody gets off on saying, yeah, that motherfucker did me this way. That motherfucker was he homeless now. I've seen people have come from here and go down to here, and it ain't been a damn thing funny or me celebrating or happy or clapping about anybody that I've seen that ever did anything derogatory to me, and then see their lives go down the tubes. You understand? I've never been happy behind no shit like that. I felt bad because I'm like, man, Most High, he don't play with folks. That's right. There is no peace for the wicked. And I've never been in there happy or smiling at somebody else's downfall. I've never been that way. So that says something about who I am as a person. But if you a motherfucker standing here happy and skipping and want to go buy a drink because somebody has had their lives torn to pieces over some shit that they did, and now and you were once upon a time a victim of theirs, you really do need to reevaluate some things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna. I mean, I understand life. I understand my father, and I understand how he was ass. And trust me, that's the same thing with these Edomites and these heathen and these Gentiles. I know how he did us. I know what the fuck they're about to get. We just not getting out of jail. Some of us still got residue that he's still somewhat testing us on. We just still getting the residue off of us, but we out of the way. Yet these people have not even stepped into the slamming of that cell just yet. They ain't heard that cell block do that boom and understand where they at. They don't even understand it yet. They thinking that the great hope is coming for them January 20th. And that everything's gonna be everything, and they way of life and the way that they've been in charge is gonna be saved by good old Elon Musk and Trump. I know, and you know, it's not finna go down that way. It's finna get nasty and ugly, and more of these folks are about to lose, and they're gonna wonder what the fuck happened. What's going on? This is not how it was supposed to be. Yes, it is. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. And I'm telling you this right now. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. Y'all get your immune systems in order, because they're going to try to pull out another plague. They're going to try. It ain't going to go the way that they think. But make sure that you got your immune systems up to par. Take nothing that they offer you as a cure. You already going to know your body going to have to fight it on its own. And understand vitamin C can be your best fucking friend, especially when you take it intravenously. When you take it straight, that shit burn like a motherfucker. But when you can take it intravenously, it will save your ass a world of trouble and a lot of sickness. Okay? That and B12. These are things you need to learn how to get. If you got a doctor that can give you a couple of shots of B12, I'd advise you to get some of those. You understand? Shots of vitamin C. They say, oh, just get them out. Of usually the best shot that you can get is the one that you get in your ass, not the one, not the drinking. It's the ones that you have to get intravenously that are the ones that help you. They burn like a motherfucker, but baby, you won't get sick. You won't get sick. And if you do get sick, it'll cut the sickness in half. Make sure you have the things that you need in your house to be able to get yourself back together. As soon as you start feeling that tingle, start doping yourself up. What you need to dope yourself up with, don't let that shit linger. Go ahead and do what you need to do. You understand? Eating well, start eating more of the well, now they've got listeria and everything else up and stuff, but if you can continue to eat things that come from the earth more than you're eating any of this packaged bullshit food, do that. At this point right now, my system has got so used to salads and fruit at this point that anything else upsets my stomach as far as fried things and stuff like that. So now I've got so used to eating natural food that my body says that's all I want. I'm damn near vegan. I can't give up my chicken, but damn near vegan at this point because that's all I'm eating. And you're right, pray over your food. Ask your doctor to do your blood work, especially you ladies, to find out whether or not if your estrogen and your hormones are okay, and get something natural to be able to level them out. They got plenty of products out here to be able to do that. You understand? But know that your vitamins are the way. Vitamins definitely are the way to be able to get yourselves together. And you're right, fasting at least 3 times a week will help you a whole lot. And fasting is not just, and if you do fast, do it like everybody else. Stop eating at 6 o'clock and don't eat again till 10 or 11 o'clock the next day. That's how you break your fast. That's how you get used to fasting. That's intermittent fasting. You stop at a certain time eating, and then you don't eat nothing else. All you do is drink water till a certain time the next day and pick up again. Trust me. Trust and believe you will feel totally different and a little bit more clear-minded as well, too. There's much that you can do because, like I said, they are not done with trying to put the squeeze. I told you the squeeze is coming. This is the calm before the storm, ladies and gentlemen. But that squeeze that they plan on doing may not even affect none of y'all. It may affect people around you, but it won't come nowhere near you. Same thing with plagues. They may affect other people around you, will come nowhere near you. That protection is there if you're doing the work, not pretending, not popping your collar, we're the people, and all this other bullshit, because that ain't nothing but bullshit. If you didn't do the assignment, you bullshitting yourself. If you did not do the assignment of them laws and practicing them laws every day and asking yourself, am I doing the right thing when I'm handling this way? Am I handling myself this way? If you understand what I'm saying, if you got issues with your wife or your husband, please talk them out with each other. Get on the same accord. Learn how to be on the same page. Learn how to communicate with one another. Don't sit up here and bow other outside individuals into your situation, because now you're violating those laws. You coveting after something that don't belong to you. You're going outside your motherfucking marriage, fucking around doing adulterous shit. Just because you ain't fucked don't mean you ain't doing here. It starts in here first, and it ends with you physically doing what you first started in here. So you have to be careful with that. People step out mentally, check out mentally in relationships before they do it physically. Remember that. It all starts here first. Once it's here, it's going to come out. It's going to come out in some way, shape, or form. Sammy's going to give you the opportunity, darling, to, indulge in such delicacies if necessary. He's always waiting to see whether or not if you still want to play. Okay? He might be busy on the other side of the world, but honey, his little minions spiritually are still out here. It don't take much. And the thing about marriages are those are the most powerful relationships and the most powerful agreements that you could possibly make, because those are promises that you made with another person with the most high. A marriage, nobody can be able to fuck with unless two people say it's open up the door. Somebody gotta open up the door for a motherfucker to get in and fuck that up. Somebody gonna leave the door open. When the marriages are like this, can't nobody come in between. And I don't give a fuck who they are. When y'all down and y'all solid, can't nobody break that bond. The moment that a motherfucker sits up here and does this, and here comes somebody that's going, and there we go. Somebody on the inside had to open up the door for the motherfucking thief to get in. Other than that, can't nobody get into no marriage if you ain't open the door. So let's close these doors. Let's start talking to each other. And if it's that bad and that fucked up, then you don't have to do the grown-up thing, and that is tell some people goodbye and deal with the repercussions of those decisions of it. You understand? Do the hard work. You might have to get custody of kids. You might have to sit up here and become parents and have a real good sit down and say, hey, look, we need to figure out how we going to do this and do this in a way where everybody's going to be happy. You understand? And bite the bullet and make sure that we can do this and still remain family but separate. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, you do your thing, I do my thing, but when it comes down to this little group here, we are going to be a little bit more discreet in how we move with our own things, that the children are still covered on all sides, and that we remain a unit of parents and family, even though we're in two different directions. We're still that unit. I'm still mama, you still daddy, and our kids are still our kids, and we come together full force when it comes down to them, and we always on one accord when it comes to them. Sometimes some of us are going to have to grow up and get out our feelings and do what's needed. I'm sorry. I am a firm believer in, if it's not working emotionally and two people are unhappy, there's no point of staying with each other. But when you got children, mom and daddy don't change when it comes down to being mom and daddy. We respect in front of these babies. Ain't no you on one side, I'm on the other when it comes down to these motherfucking kids. We on one motherfucking team. We Team Johnson's over this motherfucker, and we gonna stay Team Johnson. I don't give a fuck who you fucking or who she fucking. Do you understand what I'm saying? We one team in this motherfucker when it come down to these kids. And that's the way it needs to be. And once you have that kind of understanding with each other, then y'all can dap out and still be friends, but still we all one family when it come down to these babies. And taking care of them and making sure that they're fine and that they're well taken care of, and that they feel secure in mom and dad, even though they in separate situations. Do you get what I'm saying? No disrespecting of either party, but we all on one accord when it comes down to that. And honestly, people need to learn how to think of their children instead of using them as weapons. Handle that situation as, this is not an area. We don't fight over kids. We don't let these kids be hurt by us or any outsiders. Are we clear? I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you, but I do love my babies, and these are my children that you gave me, and I'm going to make sure that they are right, and they never going to see me wrong out here in these streets, and I don't want them to see you wrong in these streets neither, and we not going to talk bad about each other, because we one team on these motherfuckers. When it come down to these little motherfuckers, we one team. Ain't no separation. That's how I rode as a woman. And to this very day, even though her father's no longer in the body, she never heard me talk terrible about her father. And her father never talked terrible in front of me. And he got many a bitch that he was together with together quick. Let me tell you something about my daughter's mother. You don't talk about her in any shape or form. Do you understand? Or you will not be with me at all. We don't have a relationship. We have a relationship with our daughter. And that's it. And any other conversation has no bearing here. You don't talk about her or bring her up to me, and I won't bring her up to you. See, that's men being men and saying, see, there's certain levels, areas that you don't cross with me, new wife or new girlfriend. And that's the area of my children's mother. Stay in your place, and I'll stay in mine. And you won't have to see this side of me. The moment your ass jumps out of pocket is the moment I'm gonna jump in your ass and let you know exactly how far you can go and how far you cannot. And that's a man telling a woman exactly what his limits are, and vice versa when it comes down to that situation with her situation where it may be kids. There's certain areas that we go and, okay, I'm not gonna talk about it. This shit look funny. I'm gonna say something, but if it ain't looking funny and that's all it's about is kids, hey, I'm shutting the fuck up. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's a relationship between you and your children, and I'm not gonna come in between that. But don't be a stepmama or a stepdaddy that treats children differently when you know your man got a situation over here that's totally opposite from you. If you accept him, you accept his children as well. If you accept her, you accept her children as well. Don't be no fucking asshole about it, because that's how shit gets started. And you start treating children differently. You treat your kids you had with that woman up here and the children that she had with somebody else down here. See, that's bullshit. That's when you're going to have to get tuned up a bit. Because the moment you treat mine differently than you treating your own, I'm not finna be in a relationship with you. I don't give a fuck how well you provide. I don't give a fuck how well you do in the bedroom. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. My children are just as important as the children you have with somebody else. And that's what I'm talking about. I love men who treat babies that came from somebody else like they own. That's some honorable shit. Same thing with mothers. You don't get that often, but it's some sorry bitches that's out here that treat children that didn't come from them differently. And I don't mess with them at no day of the week. I'm sorry. Them some sorry skank ass bitches that do not deserve the man that they with. Period. And that man needs to rethink his relationship. But that's my point of view, and everybody is different. Everybody's different, but I don't take out my hate or my jealousy issues out on innocent babies. That's a quick way of being able to, you know what, curse yourself later on down the road, because you're gonna be an old motherfucker one day, and somebody might have to take care of you, and it might be very well the same motherfucking children you treated like shit gonna be the motherfucker that have to take care of you and help your ass out one day. Sorry, but that's usually how that works. You are here being a Cinderella stepmama. That's the reason why I said we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of cleaning up of rooms we need to do before we get to treat day with the Most High. Okay? So let's work on those things. I mean, actively work on those things. Don't play lip service to it. Yes, some people watch me just to talk about the politics and things like that, but that is nothing but a little bit of treats. That's a little bit of candy to get you in for this conversation right here. The true getting yourselves together, the true working on the inside. That's the test. That's the test. I'm giving you the test. Those 42 laws of Mayet, all the way back to Egyptian times, all of those things we're talking about the very same shit we talking about right now. The very same reason why we got fucked up and cursed is because of the wicked shit that we was doing back then to each other. That's the main reason why we got in trouble. Because we had the law and chose not to do the law. And we killed, stealed, coveted, After everything, the Most High said, y'all different than these other people on the planet. We didn't want to be different because we wanted to do what everybody else did. And he said, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to follow my shit. We didn't want to follow his shit. We wanted to sit up here and do what we wanted to do, to the point we even killed his son, who came here trying to teach the law the best way he knew how. We wanted our way so bad. We played politics with his son's life and got him murdered. You understand? Oh, we did not want to follow the law. I don't give a shit who did the murdering and how it all went together. We played our part. We played our fucking part. And we got our ass kicked for it. 400 plus odd years. And honestly, I'm fucking sick and tired of it. And guess what? The very same people that did the shit are the same people that are here now. We just keep reincarnating over and over and over again until we get it together. So 9 chances out of 10, many of us who are here today was here way back when he walked this earth. Do you realize that? Y'all talk about these kids got old souls. Some of you motherfuckers are probably ancient ass souls. Fuck old. You the damn near 30,000 years old and keep coming back to this motherfucker over and over again. That's the reason why you ready to go. You tired of this ride. You sick of it. Because every time you turn around, I'm back in this motherfucker again. God damn. Because you keep forgetting over and over again, this is what this is. You're going to keep reincarnating each and every time to get it right. And every time you find yourself back here is because you didn't get it right last time. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not here because of any accident. You're here because you fucked up. Sorry, have to tell you, you in the line right with my black ass. You here again too? You're a repeat customer. Right here. Somewhere you went wrong. Somewhere you didn't get it right, and your ass is right back in line with me. Hey girl, how you doing? You was here then, and you're here now. And you keep doing it over till you get it right. But guess what? It's only so long the Most High will allow folks who know the truth to repent. Heathens and idiots, oh, they got to the very end to repent, to the last minute. But your ass who know the truth, not so much. You ain't got to the end. You ain't got a lot of time. There is time when he gonna close the heavens and say, that's it. That's done. Ain't nobody else coming back down. That's it. These motherfuckers that's here, they here. And they finna go through what they need to go through. So I'm sorry, y'all. That's where we at. And either you understand it or you don't. There's only so much time we got for the repenting. Some of us will repent immediately and say, you know what, I did this wrong. Most High forgive me. And he be like, all right. And just because you get repent don't mean that it's just over like that and you ain't got to worry about nothing. You can repent, but you're going to have to probably deal with some bullshit that came behind the bullshit that you did. See, this is the part that the church didn't teach you. Just because you ask the Lord to forgive you don't mean you ain't going to have to deal with some bullshit and go through some stuff. These white folks can sit up here and repent for all the shit they did. That don't mean they getting out them 980 plus years. they can repent, but that don't mean they getting out their punishment. I'm more than sure our people asked the Most High, cried, hollered, prayed, all kind of things, rolled around on the ground, and hey, you still got to do your time. That time did not lay up till 2020, did it not? 2019. It didn't start let up till 2019, baby. And other people not catching this hell. Okay? Other people catching this hell. And they don't understand what's going on. In a minute, they're going to understand. They're going to find these different videos and understand exactly what's going on. Then they're going to try to get themselves together. That's the reason why the Most High said his true children will be the ones that actually are under that leave a seat for the Gentile or the heathen that get the message and wake up and change their ways. Those will be the ones that say, I hear what you say. Everybody, I once upon a time I was fucked up too. I understand you try to get yourself together and come humbly and cleave unto us. They gonna cleave. But a lot of y'all, with the way that y'all walking right now and the attitudes that I hear when I listen to certain people, is you gonna be one of them motherfuckers saying, you sit over there. You can't sit with me. And that's not one of the Most High's true children of God. True children. His true children can see when somebody done fucked up and now they understand the error of their ways. Because at some point, you done messed up and you saw the error of your ways to ask the Most High to forgive you and put you on the right path. How the fuck you look saying, I don't know if I can forgive you or your peoples because I ain't say forgive them and do all of that other extra shit, but it's going to be some that lose their lives and find their lives. It's going to be some that fall down from that white supremacy and find the error of their ways and come and say, can I sit next to you and learn that which you have learned? And my question would be, what you going to say? Are you going to be one of those people who sit up there and say, I'm not ready to deal with that just yet? And it's okay if you say, I'm not ready to have I'm not ready for the cleaving just yet. You might want to ask Miss Pat because I'm not there yet. It's cool to say that. It's cool to say, I'm not there yet with these motherfuckers. I'm gonna have to pray a little bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna have to pray a little bit longer. It's okay to say that. At least you're being honest with yourself and you're not bullshitting yourself. But some of us are going to have to understand that, yeah, it's going to be times where you're going to have others that get it, that are going to come. They already starting with the reading of the books. Once you read these books, they kind of, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no fucking way you can be a Gentile and read this motherfucker and not feel a certain type of way. Because you going to know who they talking about as soon as you start turning them pages. You going to know who's damned and who's fucked up as soon as you start turning them pages, baby. These books going to be too hot to handle for some folks, okay? They going to know what side of the fence they own when they read the other books. And it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. They're going to have to cleave. They're going to have to break down all of that ego and all of that prejudice and all of those things that they have learned over the years and have been conditioned to feel like they were right. And all of that's going to change, y'all. So what do you do when they come and ask to sit next to you? You understand? What you gonna do? And if you know you're not there yet, and you are not welcomed in, and you've had so much trauma that you're not to that point of being able to see people who see the error that they people have done and be cool, you know what I'm saying? Accept that they have had a part in that, and then come to you humbly and say, "Can I sit?" And you say, I can't fuck with y'all like that. I'm just not there. It's honest. But you might want to talk to a brother such and such and such that can. It's okay. And a lot of them feel fucked up. A lot of them are afraid of what's getting ready to happen because They are going to be here for this. They have to watch certain people leave this place and be stuck here. And they're not going to understand this. That's part of the punishment, is to know that you can't go with the others. See, that's that part of the not getting any of the treats that come. There's going to be some people that are in these camps that have been taught wrong and realize that they have not learned enough and understood, even though they've had the laws right in front of them, them themselves have not done the laws. Now look at that. You got the laws in front of you and you screaming, please do the law, statutes, and commandments, and you ain't done none of them motherfuckers your damn self. Not the way that you think. Because some people think don't steal. That means don't go to the grocery store and take something that don't belong to you. Don't go to somebody's house and don't take something that belongs to you. Baby, you can steal friends. You can steal feelings. You can steal all kinds of shit from people. You can kill all kind of ways other than taking a gun or a knife or any kind of blunt object and hitting somebody with it. You can steal and kill people's feelings for each other. Oh, baby, there's different ways of doing all kinds of things. But see, they're not going to handle that way. Coveting. Oh, that means looking at your neighbor's stuff and wanting it. You can covet somebody's job. You can covet somebody's life. You can covet somebody's things and say, why did they got it and I don't have it? All of these things, they don't understand in which ways in these things that we're talking about are. You think adultery only it means having sex with somebody that ain't your husband? You can sit up there and be in a complete, you ain't gotta have sex with somebody. You can literally be emotionally having a fucking affair on your husband or wife with somebody else. They're at work. You got a husband at work. Y'all like each other and into each other, but y'all married. Yeah. That's the same shit. I'm sorry. I know you didn't do the act, but it's the same motherfucking shit. You done already fucked them in your mind, but you know you can't cross that line. So you saying, oh, it ain't no harm, it ain't no foul. Bullshit, it ain't. You emotionally already having the relationship already. But see, don't nobody tell you that at church. Because Pastor Porkchop has got a pregnant baby mama over here, and the first lady don't know nothing about it. the shit we got going on and the scenarios, honey, is not even funny. The laws, you sitting up here in camps coveting brother such and such and man worshiping. To a certain extent, that's coveting too. I want to be like them. I want to wear that t-shirt. I want to wear that little suit they got on so I can feel important. You're coveting their positions and you don't even fucking realize that you're doing it. Instead of being happy just to be in there and learn the word, you're over here trying to be a part of a group. And you didn't even realize that you were coveting. Oh, yeah, see, they don't want to get into that. They don't want to get into the X, Y's, and Z's and the details of what that is. And then if you read a couple of books, if you really need a little bit of help to figure out what it really means, just go to the fucking 42 Laws of Mayette. She'll break it down even further in depth, in detail for you to understand what the fuck it means. If these laws were followed, this whole world would be the most magnificent place to live and exist in. If these things, if we did the laws of our Father, just the basics, do you understand how beautiful this place would be? That we didn't look at each other and take from one another and hurt each other over the things that each other has. They are teaching you in songs. Do you understand that Whitney Houston was one of the greatest singers and her first album was Saving All My Love for You? And that song was about an adulterous woman having an affair with a married man. My friends try to tell me to go find a man of my own. Okay? She's like, a few stolen moments is all that we share. You got your family and they need you there. I try to resist being last on your list, but no other man's gonna do. That was a hit. That was a fucking number one hit for I don't know how many years. I was in 8th grade or 6th or 7th grade singing that shit. That song, and as a child, I was singing about a woman liking a man that was married, that had a family. The fuck? Me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. These people were having relationships outside themselves. Secret lovers. All of these different hit songs were about adulterous things for years. Do you understand? I got crushes. I got Boys to Men and LL Cool J's crush. You know what I'm saying? I got a crush. You got a whole motherfucking man. This man is over here crushing on you, and he wants to take you. He's like, this man has to learn how to handle competition. This is this man's woman, and yet he is making things hard. Erica Badu, see you next lifetime. This man is putting on a position where he wants her for himself, but she got a man. This is what we have been programmed to do. Sammy has made a whole entire entertainment center on doing what? Sex, premarital sex, adultery, any and everything. Any and everything wrong in relationships. Hoeing is the next thing. You understand? Hoeing is what's supposed to be. I got bills to pay. You understand what I'm saying? So in order for you to get my love, you got to have some money. Okay? Everything that we have known since we were kids was all about violating the laws. You need to have these Nikes in order to be somebody. So you need to covet these things and then work your ass off to covet after things that mean nothing. All of this material shit, you need to covet. A woman ain't gonna love you unless you drive this kind of car. A woman ain't gonna love you unless you got this outfit on. A woman ain't gonna love you unless you wear these kind of shoes and this kind of coat. Remember? Everything has been about materialism. Our whole existence here has been the world of Sammy. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. You've been literally drowned in that shit from the time your ass could sit up here and say mama and dada. Okay? Mama and daddy don't love you unless they can buy you Jordans. And some of you women, way back in the 90s, if I can remember your moms, the ones that grew up with me, hey, if your daddy couldn't afford to get you this and that, he wasn't shit. Who remembers them type of motherfucking mamas? I know I do. My mama wasn't like that, but it was some bitches that was around. If they kids couldn't get Nikes, them kids couldn't get Air Jordans, they daddy wasn't shit. Because he bought them some Payless shoes. Oh, baby. I remember them type of hookers, baby. I had friends who had mamas like that, who brought up a whole bunch of materialistic ass children. So, and I know because they went to fucking school with me. Them was the Gucci carrying girls and the Coach bag wearing girls. Oh, yes, baby. I remember. So you cannot tell me there's not work to do. If a man ain't driving this, he ain't shit. If he on the bus, he ain't shit. Really? He ain't wearing a gold chain. He ain't selling dope. Oh, it was a lot. We have been just doused in materialism. So in order to shake these types of things, ladies and gentlemen, it takes a lot. A lot of our parents, especially the ones that's uppity that was in the church, if they were getting married, what kind of job he got? What kind of house he got? He gonna be able to take care of you? Everything's about not necessarily how whether or not this motherfucker could treat your daughter right, is whether or not if he can afford to take care of you. And then you get mad because this motherfucker sits up here and says, I take care of the house, I do everything, but he ain't there for you emotionally. That was not a prerequisite. The prerequisite was he had a car, he had a house, and a paycheck, and bitch, you better be happy that you got that. And then you wonder why you ain't happy in your marriage, because you married a person for things instead of what they could do for your heart. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say. There is a lot that we have been in this life just used to constantly, and things that we watch on TV. Look at the movies that we watch. The movies that we watch all have to do with what? People wanting things that don't belong to them, wanting husbands, wanting sisters' lives, brothers' lives, whatever belongs to something. It's all about coveting. Everything is all about coveting. Look at the movies and you will see everything is about coveting somebody else's stuff, whether it's their money or their children or their wives or husbands. It's all about having something that doesn't belong to you. And everybody, girl, this is good. It's good because she gonna beat her ass over stealing her husband. Oh, she's trying to get her man. He trying to get his wife. Those are the best movies that we're going to watch. Or killing. Thou shalt not kill. Every movie, somebody's dying, getting shot, getting stabbed, getting thrown off the side of a building, right? Everything is about violating those laws. Now, I love song music was one thing, and our dance music was one thing, but then it got into rap, and now you want to kill, steal, destroy, all of that. And now the movies and everything around us, we glorify violence of each and every kind. All the violence that goes with coveting, the violence that goes with murder, all of that. The church wants to tell you about exorcisms. How the fuck? Of course they can tell you about exorcisms and demons. How could they not? That's Sammy's church. That's the thing that used to get me. Like, you want to talk to me about demonic activity, and this is the most demonic church that you could possibly. This is the most demonic motherfucking place you could possibly go to is church. But then you want to talk to how the fuck demons gonna cast out demons. I'll wait, but okay. The church is full of them. Why is it full of them? Because look what's there. That's all I'm saying. Think about your horror flicks is not killing. 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 What's scary is a motherfucker that's saying that walks up to you that you would never suspect that actually does that kind of shit. That shit is scary. They're not wearing masks. The mask that they're wearing is that they're a friendly person and that they're really cool, but actually they go kill people later on. Yeah. That's insane. That's what I'm saying. Our whole entire society, this whole entire world is built up on the things that other entities from other galaxies say, no, we don't get down like that. These people kill their own. They have no respect for each other. They have no respect for nothing. We can't let them outside this planet. You understand? I'm like, no. These are retarded motherfuckers. We can't let them out into the galaxy and hurt our other people. But white folks are really, we want to know what these things do so we can get out and see other. Who the fuck wants these fucking degenerates in they goddamn universes? I'll wait. Who the fuck wants these motherfuckers at they goddamn house? I know I don't want them in mine, and I live on this motherfucker. So ain't no way I want you in my motherfucking planet coming from someplace else bringing that bullshit with you. I'm sorry. Nobody want these motherfuckers with us. I mean, I'm sorry. I would not want anybody from Earth to come to another planet to meet us. No. And of the white persuasion, hell no. Hell no. I don't think so. I'm sorry for any white people that's watching, but y'all know I ain't fucking lying. I would not have them go to another planet to do shit. Not a motherfucking planet, nowhere. I'm like, no, they can't go nowhere. Wherever the fuck they go, they don't know how to act. So hell no. Hell no. They can't, they don't know how to just be good with the motherfuckers on this planet. They don't know how to act with regular people on this planet, much less someplace else. No, leave these motherfuckers here. Leave them here. So that's how I feel about that. I'm sorry. No, sir. They got to stay here. You understand? But as I said, look at what we've been involved in, and then you can understand why the laws are necessary for us to learn how to do. And why it's going to take us some time to get there. We don't have a lot of time, but this is the reason why I said this should be your focus. It's an everyday thing. It's not something that's easy to do because you find yourself slipping right back into bullshit mode as soon as you get to work. You find yourself talking about people as soon as you get to work. I'm sorry, y'all. It takes a conscious effort not to go back into the things that you're used to doing. When I was at this place doing this project, for me, it was one of those things that I do what I do here, talking to y'all and try to tell people to stay in a positive space. And before I knew it, people were trying to drag me into that bullshit. Just literally drag me with all they might, and they couldn't do it. And because they couldn't do it, then they tried to fuck with me. Do you understand? Y'all, this is how I know what you deal with at work. I get it. I truly get it. He said, I never understand how gangster movies, those people go up and shoot up a whole room and then go to church and baptize a child. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But they do it all the time. I'm sorry. Look at the people, what they did during slavery. They would go and literally be at church and then go hang a nigga right afterwards. They did. To go hang folks right afterwards. Go cut their limbs out, cut babies out their guts, and then literally sit up there and say they God-fearing people. Really? And swear to God that they go in and don't want nobody. Now, if they children, if they were told, and what if this happened to your children? They don't want to think of it that way, because if they think of it that way, then that makes you a human. But all of them got to pay for that. They all have to pay for that. All of those things have to pay for it. That's why I say, to a certain extent, I hate looking at the news, because it's no more for me than you're just stacking up the things that you're going to have to go through, and your people and the people of this earth gonna have to go through, and some of our people too, ladies and gentlemen. There's been people who took the bag. They took the bag to be a part of this motherfucking world, and they are, hey, so they can have the life that they have. They took the bag, and they gonna go through this shit too. A lot is gonna be a lot of weeping and wailing and gashing of teeth in this situation, y'all. Because a lot of people are going to swear. Them folks in North Carolina swear up and down that they was God-fearing folks in the sundown towns. And that nothing should happen to them. And for a long time, nothing did happen to them. But it's now happening. And life is about to get even harder for them before it's over. And for some of our people too. Because they think that they have an understanding with these pastors out here. They think that they are understanding God in a lot of ways. And if they get told the right way, then maybe some of them will repent and go ahead and start doing the laws too. But unfortunately, a lot of them aren't. A lot of them, I'm telling you, some of your biggest shit starters at work and friendships are the biggest churchgoers you ever want to meet. I'm sorry. I've seen them. The biggest shit starters I've ever met have been avid churchgoers. So I'm sorry, y'all. That's just life. That's just life. And there's going to be a lot of people. And when I think about just how, when you think about that and all the people that go to church and all the people that are in these camps who have not done the work, they not doing that work. They not on them 10 commandments like I'm talking about. They not getting rid of that counterfeit person and dealing with their real true selves. That weeping and wailing and gashing the teeth is going to be a real thing. It's going to be a real thing. So that's why I said a lot of people may not like the things that I say, but I've always been the person that a lot of people don't like the things that I say, because a lot of things that I say are the truth. And the truth for some folks is a little too much to handle, because that means that they ain't as my nephew says, Gucci like that as they thought they were. Just like I didn't think. I thought I was Gucci sitting up in church or understanding understand the Bible from the way the camps taught me too. I thought I was Gucci. I ain't eat no shrimp. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Look, one thing that I can say, y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all go on this, is this. And what I want our people to stop doing window dressing with this shit. It's nice that you watch your diet. It's beautiful. It's nice that you dress modestly, whatever. That's great. It's nice you know who you are. That's lovely. Window dressing. What's real is getting your heart and who you are together. That's what's real. That's the hard work. It's undoing all that you have been taught to do since the time your ass was able to understand what was going on here. That takes a lot to do. Undoing what you have been conditioned to do. Okay? Let's stop being the window dressing people and be the people for real. How about that? Let's do this shit for real. How about that? How many of you all can give me a 5 in the chat can try to do this shit for real? Let's stop talking about it. Let's stop saying it. Let's be it for real. Because that's what I'm talking about. Let's do this shit for real. Quit fucking around. Quit bullshitting yourself. Quit bullshitting others. And literally, let's do this. Let's get past all of this. What's going to happen to somebody else? Because right now, we got a lot of fucking work to do on ourselves. Okay? A lot. And I'm sorry. I'm here to do this shit for real. I'm not trying to sit up here and get left with these motherfuckers here on anything. Whether I give up, regardless, if I'm in this body and live to be 83 years old and I finally give up the ghost, I want to go on. I don't want to have to come back here again. Okay? I want to go on. I don't know how long it's going to take for these motherfuckers to fall off this horse. Okay? I don't know how long. It could be over with in 5 years. It could be over with in 30 years. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. And what I do know is that I want to make sure that I'm good enough where I don't have to do a return. Because everybody got to leave this body right here. Everybody. And there is something after this. There is something after this life. We know that. We're not waiting for our brother to come back for the second time. He already came back a second time. That part of the story is over with. We waiting for the final. This is the final. The final show is what we waiting on. Okay? And even then, it won't be over. Because then, the final show is the expansion of the universe. That's the final show, when the stars fall from the sky and this whole bad boy gets ready to rock and roll and this place gets ready to be destroyed. Then that's the end. That's the full judgment. And nobody's going to have a body then, because this motherfucker's going up in smoke. Okay? But for right now, he already came back. He came back. He taught his disciples the second time. Yeah, he rose from the dead. He came back and taught his disciples, and that's how you got the story about Princess Sophia and all that other stuff. All of that was already documented. He came back a second time. The next time that he's coming back to get his bride. That means the ones he purchased out the earth. He's coming to get those. Those were promised to him to have. And then it's going to be a group of motherfuckers that's left here to go through some shit, because the shit that they did all of them years and the shit that they've done up to this time has to be accounted for, and they going to account for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Once that time is over, then the expansion of the universe happens. And everything gets boom, and there is a new earth. And in that new earth and new heavens that are here, then will we get our turn to reign again, ladies and gentlemen. It will not be with this system and its bullshit that's here. And I won't take that back, and I don't give a damn who likes it or not. I don't care. We're not going to have this place as it is with the bullshit that's in it. The entities that are here won't allow it. They will not allow that to happen. They have to be removed. They have to go through some shit on this planet first. And then will they get the message. And even then, they will not. Sammy will be unleashed again, and he's going to get a crew of rah-rah motherfuckers that's willing to jump on that bargain. And before that could even start, that's when the Most High says, that's it, that's over, done. The expansion of the universe, that will come at that time. We get to rule on the new earth, where the new heavens are created. So if we can get that part together where we understand the steps, there are going to be people that's going to be removed to safe spaces to go through whatever they have to go through. And graduate to wherever they're going to graduate from. And there's going to be some motherfuckers that's going to be left here to deal with what they got to be dealt with. That's on here. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But you choose it. And I repeat, you choose it. Again, you choose it. Whatever you end up at is because you chose to be there. You didn't do the work. You chose to be here for this bullshit. It's just that simple. You didn't think it was going to happen this way, and it happens that way. You chose it. It ain't nobody's fault. You were given the information like everybody else was given the information, and you chose to ignore it. You chose to say that shit ain't real. These people crazy. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. I'm going to stay on the road that I'm on. Everybody, there will be nobody that can't say, I did not know. And even the ones that did not know, they still get a chance to repent. And half of these motherfuckers don't even know what repent means. Everybody chooses to be where they end up. You choose to keep going on with that fucking church after you've been seeing, you know, and see how they say follow the laws, and those laws are not followed in any way, shape, or form. If you see one being broke, that means the Most High ain't up in that motherfucker at all. I don't give a shit what you're talking about. Oh, we don't kill. You might not kill, you might not steal, but you show killing and stealing in different ways and coveting in different ways up in this motherfucker. That means the Most High cannot be found up in here. Not like that. Not like that. So if whatever happens is because each person has made up their mind how they want this, how they gonna be. So when that weeping and wailing and upsetment that you didn't get picked, hey, you're going to have to sit back and think about, did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I really work on myself? Did I really stop that bullshit? Because guess what? When you do them laws, can't nobody come around you. Nobody wants to be around you. Because you are not here with the negativity. You light at that point. Your face is beaming light at that point. Nobody, only people who want and are attracted to you are other people who really like light and want to be a part of that. Dark is going to repel from you immediately. They're not going to want to be around you. They're not going to want to sit with you at lunch. They're not going to want to invite you over. They're not going to want to do anything with you at all because you don't do that. You have other things that you talk about other than people at work. Oh, I went to a book club. Oh, I went to do this. I went to do that. I tried out. And did you try out this new market? Farmers market. They have this and kind of fruit and that kind of fruit, and we go on Saturdays. Or did I did something in my garden? You have other conversations. You don't have conversations about girls such and such is sleeping with such and such. You don't have them kind of conversations. So you're gonna find that your groups of people that choose to be around you gonna change. No one wants to be around somebody that's talking about the different books that they read or gardens that they have, or you know what I'm saying, or places that they went to go see that had certain types of flowers and and things like that, or different places where you went to go see animals, or a place where you can go and you can relax and do aromatherapy and things like. No one wants to talk about that kind of shit. They want to sit up here and find out who's sleeping with who. That's more interesting. Who stole what, girl? You know she ain't got no money. That's why the reason why that food came up missing the other day with her big ass and y'all. Yeah, all of that. That's what we used to. When you talking like that, you gonna have a whole bunch of people around you. When you about good vibes and positive things, your circle gonna be real small. Real small. If you have one at all. And that's why I don't have one at all. Wherever I go, I talk just like this. Just like this. And people be like, I gotta talk to you a little bit more. Hey. Some people like it, some people like peace. I don't leave down with that shit. You understand? But on that note, y'all know I don't do 2 hours and a half on this show. So I know I have not been here for the last couple of days, last few Fridays, and like I said, I haven't been is because I've been reevaluating what I want to do. If I want to continue this, because I'm hoping that I'm helping, and I'm hoping that a lot of people that I'm really helping a lot of people. Sometimes this gets to be at times, I don't know, you don't know whether or not, you know what I'm saying, you're doing a good job or you're not doing a good job. I hope that I am doing well. I'll only find that out when I get to the other side. I'll only find that out on how much I've helped on the other side. But I have noticed that I'm looking at a lot of these camps and the shit that they telling people, they scanning shit out of people. They got people, they reading situations completely utterly wrong. And it's like, just I wish someone would take a moment and just think about what they're reading and really look at it without the folklore of the folklore of like a childlike mind, because a lot of these things they're looking at the Bible from like the eyes of a child being told a story, or a Cinderella story, or the Three Little Pigs, or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? They literally look at stuff like that from that kind of mind frame instead of what is happening right now. They can't see it. They can see it, but they can't see it. And there's still things in the Bible and the different books that still let you know that there's still decoding that's there that we still don't understand, that still have to at some point be, maybe there may be things that still need to be unveiled over time or how we see things. But what I am noticing is that when it comes down to these books, there's stuff you're going to learn. There's stuff that some people can take and some things that other people cannot take. And at some points, you still have to continue to go forward, not backwards. We gonna have to graduate from just being and knowing we the people, y'all, and we gonna have to graduate into being the people. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what it took 2 hours and a half for me to say. Let's graduate from knowing that we the people and become them for real. Shall we? We already know how we got here. We know what's coming next, but now we're going to have to become that which we say we are. Let's do it. For real, for real. And on that note, y'all, hopefully I will see you all Friday. Take care, be good, and think about what I had to say this evening, y'all. Take care.